Good afternoon, Manuel. Good morning, Don. How are you guys? Let's get the chat box open. Let's wait and see who else is going to come and join us. As ever, got interesting stuff for you guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Who's feeling great today? Let's get some responses going in the chat box. How is everyone feeling? How is everyone feeling? Has everyone nourished their minds this morning or this afternoon for you, Emmanuel? Have we nourished our minds? Are we taking care of our minds the way we should be? Are we taking care of our minds the way our body's getting taken care of? Are we taking full, complete responsibility and ownership for our minds? The important machine that runs our bodies, the important machine that dictates how we feel, the important machine that effectively creates our lives. Are we taking full control? Are we taking full control? Got some interesting stuff to talk to you guys about today. Who else is going to be joining us? We'll give them another 30 seconds or so, and then I'm going to jump straight in because you know I don't run for those who are late. I run for those who are on time. I appreciate your time, so that's what I run for. Make sure I'm all plugged in. We don't want my battery to be dying midway through the call. That wouldn't be a good look. Okay, so guys, I'm going to dive straight in. So today I'm going to talk about what's called your state. Your state represents how you feel. So whose responsibility do you think it is to manage your state? Good morning, Richard. How are you doing, sir? You haven't missed anything, sir. I'm literally just diving in. I was saying, whose responsibility do you believe it is to manage your state? Your state being how you feel. Well, of course, it's your responsibility to manage your state. Can we have an impact over how we feel? Can we change our state quite easily? Well, let's think about this. The easiest and the quickest way to change your state, to change how you feel, is to change your physiology, change the way you move. Because motion creates emotion. So the way you feel is directly correlated to the way you move. If you're moving very actively, chances are you're going to feel good. Let's think about someone who's in a depressed state. Shoulders are usually slumped, head down, talking very low, not feeling great. Quite easy to impact that, isn't it? As opposed to someone who's feeling incredible, their shoulders are up, their shoulders are back, their voice is projecting, they're smiling, head up, breathing normally. Because if you're depressed, you're probably breathing shallow as well. You can have a direct impact on how you feel in an instant. The quickest way to change how you feel is simply by changing your physiology. So do you think that this is something you can take control of? Do you think this is actually something you can own? Of course it is. Just simply by changing your facial expressions will change how you feel. There you go, Richard. You put a smile on your face and I saw you felt great straight away. Literally, your face has got multiple muscles. I believe your face has got in excess of 40 different muscles. And by engaging the muscles in your face, you immediately change how you feel. So think about how you respond when you're not feeling great. Okay, you was not in just a good mood or in a good mindset, Manuel. Okay, we're going to get onto that. So shake your body up, move, change, just impact your physiology. Stretch, shake about, change the way you feel, Move differently, get up, jump around on the spot. All of these things will immediately change how you feel because you're changing your physiology. Remember, motion creates emotion. That is the first thing. And I said, remember how your body is positioned, postured. Absolutely, Richard. I was just about to get to that. Absolutely. Remember how your body is postured when you don't feel good versus how your body is postured when you feel great. These are just two simple examples. But also, you can change your state by changing your focus. And what would I mean by your focus? Change what you're thinking about. Chances are, if you're not feeling great, you're usually thinking about something that's rather negative or thinking about something that doesn't make you feel good. Because remember, your thoughts are directly connected to how you feel. You can actually make yourself feel miserable by thinking about something that hadn't even happened yet. How often do we think about the negative ramifications of a situation? What could possibly go wrong? How often do people do that? And I tell people all the time, how about just thinking about what could go right? Think about what could possibly go right as opposed to thinking about what could go wrong. People do that all too often. So another way to change your state is to change your focus, change what you're thinking about. Whatever you're thinking about at this precise moment will have a direct impact on your mood. So that's another thing, Manuel. If you weren't in a good mindset, think about something that makes you happy, whether it's happened or it hasn't happened. Think about something that you want to happen that is positive. All of these things will have a direct impact on how you feel. So whether you focus on something good or whether you focus on something bad, that is going to impact your feelings immediately. And guess what? You choose what you think about. Your thoughts are represented in your body as to how you feel. So we know that when we're not feeling good, chances are that our mind has gone somewhere that doesn't please us. So let's just bring it back. Let's just bring it back to something that does make you feel good, something that does please you. Because guess what? You bring your mind back, you change your state. And it's your responsibility. It's no one else's. It's absolutely your responsibility to control your state. So as I'm saying, if you focus on something positive, whether it's happened or it hasn't happened, that's the same as positive visualization, is it not? Focus on something good, making that image in your mind so clear you can picture it in finite detail. If you think about something that you did previously and you did it very well, do you think if you rerun that movie in your mind, it's going to impact how you feel? Alternatively, when people hold themselves in a negative space, they think about things that haven't gone well and they keep rerunning that and they keep blaming themselves for it and they punish themselves day in, day out, day in. That is how depression is formed. Because when you're depressed, chances are you've got lots of things on your mind that don't make you feel good. Your physiology is in a very negative state. Consequently, the two connected put you in a very, very dark place. Now, I'm no doctor, but I certainly know how to affect your state. So do you think it's a possibility that if you focus on what feels good, if you focus on good, positive thoughts, and then you purposefully change the way you're moving, do you think that that could possibly change the way you feel? Thank you, Richard. Give me some yeses in the chat box if you believe that that could possibly change the way you feel. Okay. Now, why do we also believe that exercise has such a massive impact on how you feel? because you exercise and the body has a chemical reaction. It releases chemicals, endorphins, dopamine, serotonin. All of these are chemicals that your body releases that make you feel incredible. So even if you're not a gym fanatic, do you think it might be an idea to involve a little bit of exercise each day? Not only is that going to keep you in a good shape, it's going to keep you mentally in a good state. Why do you think in the Savers routine, there's a little bit of exercise in there to help your body release those chemicals, to help you feel good? Because as I've said to you previously, that's right, Richard, also increasing oxygen to the brain. But as I've said previously, successful people don't get up by accident. They manage their state from the beginning of the day. And if something's happened that makes them not feel good, because they don't want to be controlled by external influences, they shake it off. And even if they close their eyes for 5 minutes before the next meeting and they focus on something that's going to make them feel good, they reset themselves. Do you think that impacts how they perform moving forward? Give me some yes in the chat box if you believe that will impact how you move, how you perform at moving forward. Absolutely. So if you manage your state, you also manage what you manifest. Because as we know, you have to be feeling good in order to manifest positive things into your life. And what's that old saying? What gets measured gets managed. That's just like when you set goals. That's why it's so very, very important to measure and reassess where you are with your goals on a frequent basis. Because that gives you the opportunity to keep checking your progress, to keep seeing if you're on track to achieve what you want. If you don't measure and reassess your goals, what's the likelihood of you hitting them? Those people that set a goal at New Year's and never ever check it again, how are they going to know whether they're on or off track during the year? How are they going to know whether or not they need to readjust their course? It's not going to happen. But all of this is all intrinsically linked. You have to manage your state. You have to manage your physiology. You have to manage your mental state, what you're focused on. And you have to manage your goals. There is no getting away from it. All of these things all lead to a positive outcome. So just on another connecting note, do you believe that by managing your state and managing your thought process, that can impact your confidence? Okay, so what we're saying then is how we feel can also have a direct impact on how confident we are. So what sort of things do you think you could do also to impact your confidence? Okay, so when you're not confident about something, you're usually a little bit apprehensive, maybe fearful, maybe uncertain. And as we know, a lot of those fears are created in your mind. So do you believe that when you conquer something that you were previously apprehensive, uncertain about, fearful about, do you believe that increases your confidence? Give me a thumbs up, Rich, if you believe that increases your confidence. Give me some yeses in the chat box if you believe that increases your confidence when you conquer something that you're frightened of. So in which case, we can directly impact how confident we are. And as we impact our level of confidence, do you think our unconscious mind then starts to believe in us more? Spoken about this before. If you can then start controlling your unconscious mind and getting your unconscious mind to be on your side, be your ally as opposed to your adversary, that is absolutely going to change how you feel. It's going to absolutely change how confident you are. And it's absolutely going to change whether or not your unconscious mind talks to you positively or negatively. Rich has made a great suggestion. Do something dangerous every day. Or I would rephrase that slightly. Do something that frightens you every day. Doesn't have to be dangerous, but if it frightens you, if it scares you, and you overcome that fear, that's going to increase your confidence. But what else do you think changes in relation to your level of confidence? How about your self-talk? Do you believe that your self-talk changes based on how confident you are? Do you also believe that your self-talk changes based on how you feel? So is that or is that not yet another way to change your state? So you can change your physiology. You can change what you think about. And you can also change how you speak to yourself, your self-talk. Because those people that live in a place of negative self-talk, they're always talking down to themselves. They're always talking themselves out of a situation. They're always breaking the way they confidently feel about something. Do you think that all of these things have an impact? Of course they do. So when you're confident about something, your self-talk is very pumped up. I can do this, I've got this, this is no problem, I'm going to make this happen. As opposed to when you're not confident, oh, I'm not sure about this, this is going to be challenging, this is going to be tough. I'm feeling a bit apprehensive about this. Did you see even the way my tone of voice changed? When you're confident, you're usually feeling on top of the world, your energy's higher, your tone's higher, your voice is projecting, it's more powerful. As opposed to when you're not confident, you're almost within yourself. You don't want to speak too loudly because you don't feel confident. It's almost though you don't want people to hear you. But this is talk that's going on in your own mind. But yet the talk that's going on in your own mind will actually have a big impact on your confidence and the way you feel. This is our responsibility, guys. Every single day, we make choices, we make decisions that affect the outcome of what we want. Richard, you're speaking my language. Positive declaration, positive affirmations. All of these things make you feel good. All of these things have an impact. Believe it or not, some people don't even like to look at themselves in the mirror. Do you believe that's a person who's lacking in confidence, whose self-esteem is probably pretty low? Of course it is. But guess what, guys? When you decide that, you know what, I am on top of the world, I am an achiever, I am incredible, I can do anything I set my mind to, I am worthy. When you start repeating these positive phrases about yourself, especially with the language I am, you're talking directly to your unconscious mind. At that point, you are affirming to yourself and your unconscious mind how incredible you are. Do you think that all of this is going to impact your state? Of course it is. And as I said, this is our responsibility. We control this. We decide who we want to be and how we want to show up. Because ultimately, let's think about this. I've said this before, whatever you're doing, you have to turn up. But you can't just turn up, you have to turn up and show up. You have to put your best foot forward. And all of this starts from managing your state. You cannot be an overachiever and not feel great. You cannot be an overachiever and not feel confident. You cannot be an overachiever and not be in control, decisive about what you're doing, about how you're feeling, and about what you want. These are all things that we control, absolutely 100%. So guys, give me a thumbs up, give me some yeses in the chat box if this really makes sense that we have to manage our state effectively. Let me see some yeses. Okay. So who are we going to commit to? Who are we going to commit to that we're going to take control of our state? Are we going to commit to ourselves that we're going to manage our state? Because guess what? We owe it to ourselves. We owe it to no one else. We owe it to ourselves to decide how we want to feel, to decide the results we want to produce. So not only can we control our state, not only can we then have an impact on what we manifest, but we can effectively control our confidence. And I certainly believe that we can build bulletproof confidence by the way we talk to ourselves, by the way we carry ourselves, by the way we project our voices, by the way we use the muscles in our face. And guys, do you know what? Do you know it takes more muscles to frown than it does to smile? So when you see people when they look miserable, they're actually putting in a lot of work to look miserable. It's so much easier to crack a smile. So much easier. Absolutely read or listen to inspirational media. When we take on positive, inspirational information, how does that make you feel? When you listen to a short YouTube clip, for example, of a motivational speaker, and they're delivering a powerful message, when you get off of that call, when you get off listening to that video, you either want to listen to another one or immediately you feel pumped. And if at that time when you're feeling pumped, you're feeling energetic, you lock that in, you anchor it. You can take yourself back to that great feeling at any time. Guys, do you remember when I spoke about the circle of confidence? When you think about something you did incredibly well, you hold that feeling, you see what you saw, you hear what you heard, you feel what you feel at that time, and you allow that confidence to rise up in you. And then you walk forward and you step into your circle of confidence. Do you remember I spoke to you guys about that? You can, at any time, bring up those feelings. And guess what? It's your responsibility to control how you feel. And by controlling how you feel, you control what you produce. You control the results you produce. And I'm sure that we're all here because we want to produce positive results. Give me some yeses in the chat box. Give me a thumbs up, Richard, if that's correct. And if we want to produce positive results, guys, we have to own it. We have to absolutely own and take full responsibility and be accountable on a daily basis about how we feel. Guys, once again, I have another call directly after this one. So today's call will be a little bit shorter. But guys, I just want you guys to know that everything you want is within your reach. Absolutely everything you want is within your reach. And don't get to that point and then you give up, because you don't know what was just beyond that point where you give up. When you get challenging times, that is usually when you're about to make a breakthrough. So guys, what I want you to understand is quite simple. All can and will be achieved one step at a time. And I'm committed to you. How committed are you to yourselves? If you are committed, guys, I'm going to be here on the same bad channel tomorrow, which I'm going to wait until you finish because you look like you're busy typing it. You've got a message for me. Oh, Manuel, you are more than pleasure. You are absolutely more than welcome. More than welcome, sir. Absolutely, Richard. Every morning when you take your head off the pillow, you have everything you need, because everything we need to be great is within us. Guys, make today a winning day. All can and will be achieved one step at a time. And I'm going to be here on the same bad channel tomorrow. Thank you guys. Have an incredible day. Make it count. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.